Hey folks, welcome back to Game Geeks. I'm your host, Kurt Wiegel. Today's episode, all for one, Régime Diabolique. I had high school French. Sorry. Anyway, what this is, it is a triple Ace Games product. But for those of you about to go, oh, another Savage Worlds game. This uses the Ubiquity engine. We haven't reviewed a Ubiquity product in a while, and that's a shame because there's some really great stuff out there for the Ubiquity game. Go back and watch Hollow Earth Expedition. One of our first reviews, special spot in my heart because that was my first review copy that I ever got, and that's how I felt like, oh my God, I'm really doing this. Either way, my little ramblings notwithstanding, this uses the Ubiquity engine. Quick refresher, it is a dice pool, kinda, but when you roll your dice, you look for odds versus evens. You count the number of evens you have, that's your number of successes. There are specific Ubiquity dice you can use that look like 8-sided die that are white, red, and blue that are different coatings. The white dice are 1s, the red dice are 2, the blue dice are 3. They're specifically use their own probability curves for that. I recommend keeping those separate, otherwise your longsword or warhammer does really crappy damage. What this is it uses sort of the Three Musketeers, the Count of Monte Cristo, that era in France of sort of the Dumas era, if you will, swashbuckling, high adventure, and puts a dark magic spin onto it. Written by Paul Wade Williams of Triple Ace Games, this uses the conceit of you're a musketeer. And you're fighting for king and country, and you're dealing with the deprivations of the sinister and manipulative Cardinal Richelieu and all the other crap that's going on at the time, and the peasants are starting to rumble, and you also have to fight werewolves and vampires and gargoyles, and you have to do it all in secret, and there are secret societies, some of which might help you, most of which will hinder you, all in the era of 1600s France. This brings in a fencing mechanic that did not previously exist for Ubiquity. This brings in the style dice mechanic like all of the Ubiquity Hollow Earth Expedition stuff. You can dial in from really great high adventure to, oh crap, we're about to die. And they can be used for different levels of adding dice. It's a very rules light, quick playing game that really fits very well into this sort of setting. There are different kinds of magic you can use. Not all of it is infernal, but most people don't like magic, especially at the church, unless it's theurgic where, I invoke the force of God against you. There's ceremonial magic, theurgic, arts. Alchemy really comes into play here. There's a wide variety of magic traditions to choose from, and a really interesting, detailed how you use their magic system to build your own spells. A lot of them are rituals that you can cast either over time or on the fly. One of the first one is someone's fleeing from the Cardinal's guards and needs to turn some water on the ground into oil so the guards slip and fall and they can get away. It breaks down really nicely how you use the existing system. A build your own spells. I love build your own spell systems, except a lot of times they get really complicated. A lot of build your own spell spin on how to do this through the Ubiquity game, and it really works in very nicely. There is no specific Games Master section, but toward the end of the book, there's a lot of stuff that the players shouldn't read if they want to keep the excitement of the game and the mystery inherent in all of those games going. This game really allows you to do a lot of the action you see in movies like The Three Musketeers, The Man in the Iron Mask, The Count of Monte Cristo, and yeah, I really liked the Disney version of The Three Musketeers from the early 90s. I know, shun me if you will. It was a lot of fun. Oliver Platt as Porthos. God, that was awesome. All of those sort of high action set ideas coupled with dark, supernatural, occulted mystery. This is not a Savage Worlds product. I imagine they wanted to branch out and try something new. Keep it fresh, keep their minds moving on new things. This is a lot of fun. And if you and your players are interested in that setting, that era, and that level of action, I highly recommend getting your hands on this product. For Game Geeks, I'm your host, Kurt Wiegel. Good day and good gaming.